It's Thursday, August 22nd. Today's script was written by known Australian Tracy Leon. I'm Justin McElroy, and this is Speedrun. Our team has been down under in Germany, reporting on Gamescom. They've been working really hard and probably deserve a raise that I'm not going to give them. We got hands-on time with Respawn Entertainment's Titanfall, a game that our reporters at the show described as a hyper-kinetic. There's a lot of stuff here, but basically, you run around, shoot, it's totally sweet, you jump off of stuff, there's double jumps, you got jetpacks, it's totally sweet, and you can get into robots. The whole thing is really sweet and totally great, but you don't have to take my word for it. Here's Brian telling you how sweet and totally sweet it is.
What distinguishes Titanfall from other shooters is the fluidity of movement. After running through the game twice, what I found was that I really like being on the ground as a pilot. I love the fact that I could run along walls, double jump into a window, shotgun blast a sniper, and then pop out the other window. Felt like I was a monkey, and I like being a monkey.
We also got to check out Dead Rising 3, a game that lets you put down zombies with a steamrolling motorcycle with a flamethrower attachment. Talk about putting another zombie on the Barbie. That one doesn't even make sense. If you're already a fan of the series, good news, it's still as strange as it's ever been. You can combine objects on the run to create new weapons, like a pair of boxing gloves with gun barrels attached, a crossbow that launches highly explosive fireworks, and an honest-to-God lightsaber. You can even combine vehicles like a steamroller with a it says motorbike. I think she means motorcycle. And that's how you get a bike with steamrollers for wheels. However, we're still not sure about the flamethrower. Back here in North America, game studio Big Fish laid off 49 employees from its Seattle studio and shuttered its Vancouver office. CEO and founder Paul Thelen outlined how Vancouver game development projects will be shifted to the Seattle studio. In addition, more than 70 employees company-wide are being realigned to focus on its successful free-to-play, casual, and casino areas. According to Thelen, Big Fish is discontinuing its premium cloud delivery business as adoption has been slower than expected and is not on a path to profitability. The Connecticut Speaker of the House says that the video game industry and gun manufacturers are getting just a little too cozy, not unlike Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. Brendan Sharkey called upon members of the video game industry last week to end the nefarious relationship between video game makers and gun makers. He asked that developers end the practice of licensing real-life firearms for video games in a letter addressed to the CEOs of Activision, Valve, Take-Two, and the ESA. Sharkey acknowledged that research has shown little connection between video game gun violence and real-life violence. But he argues that including real-life weapons blurs the lines between fiction and reality in ways that can have tragic consequences. Finally, today marks the launch of Press Select, an independent press that will focus on long-form game criticism. It's a great idea. You'd have to be a real young Einstein to think of that one. Founded by writers and critics Dan Golding and Brendan Kehoe, Press Select will work with authors to publish ebooks about games. Golding told Polygon that Press Select is about taking the reflective, critical dialogue that people have been having about games, going as deep as possible, polishing it, and giving it the care it needs. That's all for today. We'll be back in pocket tomorrow. Make sure you hop on over to Polygon.com. We'll be boxing in lots more news from Gamescom. And then it says here to have Russ jump behind window so they know you're talking about kangaroos.